Good afternoon, everybody. No fancy intro or anything like that, but I'm still working on fixing my text-to-speech robot, and I have to be streaming to test some of the features. So I have to go live so we can program. So this isn't going to be a super interesting video, but I'm sure that at least some people will come through. Hold on, I need to close that. That shouldn't be coming over to here. So we're going to program it here. I'm sure that a couple of people will stop in. I can already see there's 4 of you guys in here. So we can talk while we're going to program this out. And just, anybody watching this in the future so that you know what's going on and you can understand. We have been shadow banned. So if we search today, here I'm filtering for just the videos this week. Today's video was triple witching. Doesn't show. Doesn't show. This week. Triple witcher. Doesn't show. Today, the stream we did earlier today. Doesn't show. If we just do everything, but then only search for live, this stream that's going on right now, nothing. It's not there. It says it doesn't exist. It says it doesn't exist. Kaka Silva, hey, how's it going? So yeah, I don't know why that happened. Well, we did that stream with the earthquake, and I'm sure that has something to do with it, but it didn't violate the guidelines, so I would consider it a bug. I don't know what to do about it, but in the meantime, the way that our text-to-speech robot gets the chat ID is through the YouTube search. So what is a shadow ban? So a shadow ban is when you've essentially been banned from a service, but the service doesn't tell you. So like we can stream, and all of my subscribers and you guys that have the the bell icon clicked will see that we're streaming, but we won't show up in search results. We won't get any organic search results or any of the normal viewers that we typically get from people when the stream is recommended to them. And I can't search for it in search. So yeah. So I've got a new method to fix the text-to-speech thing, I think. So hopefully this works. Here we got here. I'm gonna made some changes to this. So hopefully here, when it restarts, it will find the stream. So let's see if it finds it here. Starting, running on port 5000. Well, that might be working. Because it's not. Well, that must not be right, because it would have logged out the chat ID. So else. This right here. Actually, let's just log the snippet part. Hope it will be okay. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's pretty freaking retarded, right? Like, I'm wondering if it stays like this and that we can't fix it, that we might just have to abandon YouTube. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, starting app. Running. Okay. So it does get a live chat ID. So here, authorized. It's doing find active chat. So why isn't it logging this one? Oh, hi, undefined. Okay. This dot chat ID equals authorize find active chat. I've been having like difficulty every step of the way on this, man. Oh, is it because it's so what happens if we get rid of this stuff? Do we have to await it? Can I read property items of undefined? Because you can see it is doing this. Oh, this thing right here. Hold on a second. Oh, I think that we need to do this. I think that we need to um mm, let's see here. Do we need to do it like a dot then maybe perhaps? Do it as like a promise? Then value. There we go. Can I read property then? What really? How about that? Hmm. I have to relearn promises, probably. See, why does it not? Sync function off. Turn live chat ID. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Cannot read property then of define undefined. You're not allowed to use that? Oh, maybe it's because no. Maybe it's because that dot then is not a. Mm. In this one, how are they doing it? They're using an await. Let's do it this way. Let's get rid of that. YouTube live broadcast list. Just do it. Copy this whole better part right here. If error var Let's just try the easy one. Let's just try the simple, naive approach. That right there. And they might not compile. Let's see. Oh, 187. I definitely did not finish it correctly. Get live. Off. YouTube. Live broadcast list. This bit. Function error comma response. If error return. I think that this should be, all of these should be indented, but let's see if that fixes it. $118. Oh, right. I was still trying to do that dot then nonsense. This dot chat ID equals. Undefined. So why is it doing that, trying to run that before it's finished? And why can't I use the dot then? Can I read property then of undefined? This is JavaScript is so frustrating sometimes, guys. Oh my gosh. When? Hi, so are you live streaming this afternoon? While I was watching this morning, I was watching another channel which blew up at the same time. Oh, that's cool. Shadowbanning the act of blocking or partially blocking a user or their content from an online community. Yeah. Sorry, let me kind of move this like that. And that way, if you guys say something, I'm not missing it. Okay. Searching here. You need to return your promise to the calling function. I'm here. Do you see Kaka Silva? Yep, I see both of you guys. 3 people watching. Oh, and I didn't. Oh man, I didn't see that Kaka gave us a donation. Thank you so much. All right. Man. Sometimes I feel so out of my depth with JavaScript, but we can figure it out. It's just all that nonsense that we just changed doesn't fix it. Right? Oh, maybe I need to do. Wait, is it that simple? Wait a second. Let's see here. Try return here. If you call foo, the return promise will always fulfill with undefined without waiting, since we don't await or return the result of wait and maybe reject. We don't react to it in any way. Code like this is usually a mistake. Awaiting. Okay. Try. Await. Return. Here, if you call foo, the return promise will always wait 1 second, then either fulfill with undefined or fulfill with caught. Because we await the result, its rejection will be returned to a throw, and our catch block will execute. However, if this fulfills, we won't do anything with the value. Returning. Here, if you call foo, the return promise will always wait 1 second, then either fulfill with yay or reject with error. Boom. The thing you want in try catch blocks is return. Oh, wait. Here, if you call foo, the return promise will always wait 1 second, then either fulfill with yay or fulfill with caught. Because we await the result of wait, maybe reject. This rejection will be turned into a throw. And a catch block will return the result. If the above seems confusing, it might be easier to think of it as 2 separate steps. Try. Return fulfilled value. Constant response equals await. Okay, so what if we do this? What if we just do this for a second? Return response. Is it still plugged into my computer? You gotta unplug my machine and plug it into Everett's machine. And you think that it's, well, you just follow it. You'll find it. You'll figure it. Okay. What errors did it give us this time? Not then. Oh, let's just forget about the blood dot then, huh? That's what it was. We wanted to this dot chat ID D equals that. Win is from Tennessee. We'll move it over there. Oh, hi. And then undefined. Constant response equals. Oh, wait. And we get this thing. And we return this thing. What if we do it like this? Turn it. Still doesn't do that. But now, will it allow me to do dot then? Man, how many times have I copied and pasted? I'm going to go and save that. Okay. Dot then. Value. Save. Cannot read property then of undefined. What the fuck? I live in Tennessee, but now I am retired military and have lived all over everywhere. Florida's really our home. Oh yeah, okay. What's wrong with the market here? Well, that's weird. When oh, that's so weird. So this chart up in the upper right corner, because I have it trying to calculated every second when it's not getting data. It does that, and it looks all messed up. But look, we don't need that anymore. So oh, is it because hold up. It is this thing right here. It's that so can we callback? Is callback synchronous? Node callback. Yeah. Fetch data. Here's my method. Return callback OAuth client. And then it runs this thing. And then maybe I will get the then. No. It's going to be something like that. Will it even, did that last change that I made even good change though? Okay, well, like it's one that compiles. Return callback OAuth client. Here's the thing. Function async operation ABC callback. Error call. Callback. DF. Nice. I like USA from Norway. Have you ever visited? Come visit us. Asynchronous programming is really complicated, guys. I think the problem here is the way I'm calling this is wrong. Well, what does it give me? Oh hi, and then it says undefined. Dot then. It should be dot then for sure. For sure, it's got to be this. Like I don't understand. Callback has something to do with how I use a callback. That's wrong. It's wrong. How does this use it? Let's see here. It reads it. No, not this one. This one. I should stop looking at that one. It's not helpful. Okay, so I think what I need to do, like I'm thinking, yeah, it's like the problem is I'm like, okay, I think I know what I need to do, but I don't really know. Maybe we need to promisify it. We could do it that way. Let's try that way. There's probably a bunch of ways to do it. I don't know what the right thing really is. Var chat ID equals new promise. Authorize. Promise resolver undefined is not a function. Callbacks versus promises. Jeez. Can I do it like this? Can I go function, empty function, authorize? Is that not working, dear? It's plugged into it though. And is it scanning? Oh, do it from the computer side. What? Cannot read property ID of undefined. Because inside of there, the context is different and you can't use this. Fuck, that didn't fix it. Oh, wait. Nah, then. The date rate. I think he does. Or maybe it's she. I think maybe Kaga's maybe she, but you know, language barriers and stuff. Okay. Hold up. Okay, well, let me use dot then, so that's cool. See, it starts that. Getting chat. Fingers crossed. No. Mm-hmm. Callback function is not run unless called by its containing function. It is called back. Callback hell. It's baby unhappy. Yeah, what's up? Sales of equipment for your gym equipment for your home has jumped 300%. Wow. Interesting. Maybe that's why they haven't sent me my information about when they're going to send my order yet, because they're having trouble filling their orders. Okay, we're back. Mention Sartosa Takaka. Now over on the page that I'm reading, there's an ad for real estate in Sarasota. How does that happen? Google is looking at everything you do. I was day traded and was doing bad, but started to now buy when a big company stock goes down and hold for some days and sell. Oh, so not doing futures, huh? Well, futures it's the hardest way, right? Yeah, let's see if this thing will scan. Okay. I think it's scanning. So, back to this. Promise, resolve, reject. I could just go back and make everything do it as dot then, but because see, this will return a dot then. This does not. Where is it? Get token authorized. Get new token. OAuth client. Callback. This is asynchronous. I've been around people who day trade for years. Slow and steady seems to win the game. Yeah. These trades works from home. The speculators thought, well, soon enough. Well, I mean, I work from home for the time being. For the time being, I work from home. It looks like it's working. So the issue is still this right here. Can I make an async constructor? Async constructor this dot id equals await authorized. Let's try it. Class constructor may not be an asynchronous method. Yeah, I thought so. So maybe I can do this. I can say async initialize. 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 Return await authorize. Blah 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 blah. Dot then. This bit of nonsense. Log value. Async. Initialize. Maybe I have to do this not initialize. I get so freaking frustrated. Okay, that is something very different. Channel ID is not defined. All right. and defined. Yeah, of course. So how do I node call async function and constructor? This can never work. The async keyword allows await to be used in a function marked as async, but it also converts that function into a promise generator. So a function marked with async will return a promise. A constructor, on the other hand, returns the object it is constructing. Thus, we have a situation where you want to return an object and a promise in an impossible situation. That makes sense. A lot of sense. You can only use async/await where you can use promises because they're essentially syntax sugar for promises. You can't use promises in a constructor because a constructor must return the object to be constructed, not a promise. There are two design patterns to overcome this, both invented before promises were around. Use of an init function. This works a bit like jQuery is ready. The object you create can only be used inside its own init or ready function. Class. Inside here, you can use my obj. Use a builder. I see. I see. So this does not work. So really, we're doing this dot chat ID equals we authorize blah 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 blah. I'm gonna change it to a init like that. Save. And then over in here, yt dot init. Maybe. YouTube on ready. Okay, so I think I figured it out. Google is welcome to spy on me, Kaka. There's not much to report from here. Google is definitely spying on you. Okay. I think I just went around in circles for like an hour and a half there. But I'm glad that you guys are in here chatting with me. Yes, Kaka, he is on Discord. I'm not sure how Discord works. I stay here on YouTube. It's actually not too. So with Discord, if you just click on the link down below and then you create an account, and then that's Discord. And here it is. It's chat. So here's our futures trading Discord, and there's a lobby. And you can just chat all day about trading. And there's some the really good traders are in here, man. Let me tell you, some good stuff. Did I not say anything in interest rates today? Anyways, that's Discord. That's how it works. I linked the Discord site. Let's see if the link disappears. Okay, so this chat ID. And then the next thing that we do is we wait for YouTube ready. Oh. Where is it? YouTube ready. Where does it say that? Chat ID is invalid. Okay, so that is progress. That is progress. That is very good progress, in fact. Cost response equals. Oh wait, YouTube live broadcast, this whole thing, and then latest chat equals response live chat ID, and then we return that live chat ID. Let's get rid of that right there. Save. Says YouTube ready. Chat ID is invalid. Oh. Dot. Then. Not then. Function. Seth, what do you think about the congressman and the woman selling off of stacks after hearing the intel brief on the virus? That's ugly and may get dirtier as the story involves. It's fake news. Somebody posted about this in the Discord. Actually, where was it? Was it in Discord? Yep, here it was. Statement from Intercontinental Exchange. Intercontinental Exchange maintains a global personal trading policy that prohibits insider trading and discretionary trading of stocks by its employees without the prior consent of the company. With regard to recent media reports concerning securities transactions and the personal managed accounts for Intercontinental Exchange Chairman and CEO Geoff... Oh, maybe it's... Yes, Jeff Spencer and his wife, Senator Kelly Loeffler, Mr. Spencer, Spurcher, and Senator Loeffler, talking about that was the senator you were talking about, right? Have made clear that those transactions were executed by their financial advisors without Mr. Sprecher's or Senator Loeffler's input or direction. Such transactions are in compliance with Intercontinental Exchange Incorporated policies and procedures. These were not transactions in ICE securities, and any transactions by Spercher or Senator Loeffler in ICE securities have been executed through a Rule 10b5-1 trading plan that was approved by Intercontinental Exchange. Per ICE policy, all trading plans require a 30-day cooling off period from the time the trading plan is adopted to the date of the first transaction. So, the media is jumped to a conclusion. They claimed that he heard what was in the meeting and then he went and he sold all of his stocks. But the reality is that he heard what was going on in the meeting and then he did nothing. And then his independent financial advisor, independent of any advice that he had given and not knowing the information that he had been given in that congressional hearing, then made transactions without consulting Mr. Loeffler because they're they're in control of it. So there was not insider. It was totally above board, apparently. I'm hearing Dianne Feinstein that this also, if the Democrats are doing this, then we know where there's smoke, there's fire. Well, I don't know. Like the thing is that if he had done what was what they're being accused of, it's not illegal anyways. So, and yeah, I mean, there's been scandal about it and everything, but Congress isn't going to change the rule. You know why? Because in order to enforce that rule, senators basically would have to place all of their assets in a blind trust. So, because what they discuss is public information. You see, Trump chastised the reporter for not mentioning Feinstein and only Republicans selling. Oh, maybe she did. Listen, they probably did. That guy apparently didn't do anything illegal. But if you receive information in a classified intel briefing to Congress, and then you go and you trade on that information, that's legal. That's just the way it is. And the only way that they could make it illegal is by preventing congressmen from doing any trading. What do you think the chances are they do that? Can I read property then? So if I do... See, it shouldn't do those things until it's done. Until this is done, right? Well, there's the ID that we want. Oh, that sucks. Cancel that. Don't want to waste. They said they were trading the news, public news. Yeah. Listen, you can trade on news as long as it's not what is the word? It's confidential information. None of that is necessarily confidential. So like if a company has earnings sales data and you look at that information, that is considered relevant confidential information, and if you go and you trade on that, you can't do that. But what you could do is you could release that information yourself. You could say, hey, I have this information from this company. It was leaked to me, or I put it out illegally or stole it or whatever. And then you could trade on it because then it would be public. But they can go, classified intel briefing about what the coronavirus, how dangerous the coronavirus is. That's public information. Like anybody could potentially determine that information for themselves if, there's no news release for that. They said they were trading the news, public news. Yes. How is it Congress can benefit in stocks but not a personally owned company? Well, the issue is the type of information that there is that we're talking about, right? Like Congress is not the only people that are privy to that information, right? So how do you sit down and you say that that's information that you're not allowed to trade on, right? So if you knew because you went and you looked at the coronavirus and you knew how dangerous it was, and then you went and you traded on it, which many people did, are you trading on, is that insider trading? No. You're trading on public information. So if Congress is given public information in a congressional briefing and they use that knowledge to go and profit, what's wrong with that? Right? So if you want to prevent them from doing that sort of a thing, literally the only way that you can stop them from doing it is stopping them from trading altogether. Which means that all members of Congress would have to hold all of their holdings in a blind trust. So, yeah. But of course, regular people don't know that, so the media always plays it up every time that it happens. But it's not illegal. Okay. So, what I don't understand is why is it not awaiting for it? Var foo equals log foo. Save. I'm going to get rid of this part for now. So that it doesn't try to start making requests if it doesn't have it. So where is it trying to log the live chat ID? That's where it's doing it correctly, and this is where it's doing it incorrectly. See, in this one, it waits. Await this thing. Response equals response.data.items. Var bar equals foo. Log bar? Is it because it has to be on the other side of it? No, I don't understand. This is that same nonsense. I've just moved it into a different field. So I can't await that. Because authorize is not asynchronous. Back to this. Back to this thing. That should do something. $26. But I made it an async function. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see if it does it this way. See, why is the dot then not waiting either? Makes me angry, guys. They do not understand the right way to do it. Wait. I'm trying to make this like existing code that does something, and I think that this is all right. Like it should call the authorize first and then the callback. I need a JavaScript expert here. Seth, did they lift your ban? You were highlighted. That's how I found you back in your room. I don't know. I mean, if you're a subscriber, I think it'll still show up on your front page. But I mean, let's go look. Over here, search for me live. Not there. Await function with. So how do I await function with callback? You need this to return a promise for that to work. This is where we're getting back into the. My head hurts, man. I just feel so dumb. And I hate that I have to show you guys doing this, but to develop it, the stream has to be going. So I have to sit here and not understand Java in front of you guys. It's so ridiculous. Okay. So here's this thing that I do. How do I call a function with. Oh, wait. The dot then is. Well, now it's going to break, huh? Yeah. Because now it doesn't have the dot. But wait. So async this, return await callback function, whatever. Await is only valid in async function. Oh. Return, await, and the callback. Do I need to do it here too? Am I like an async hell where you have to add async to everything in the chain? Fuck. None of that works. It gets it. It runs it. It's just not waiting for it. Why is it not waiting for it? Async function find active chat. Wait. YouTube live bar chats lists. Oh. Wait a second. That should be value. Still doesn't work. See, that shouldn't be happening. How do I do a wait function with a callback? JavaScript, await function with callback. How do I wait for a callback to return? This is the same one. It's not magic, thanks. I feel like it's magic. Okay. Right. So now it should not work. It should crash. Yes. Okay, so back to here, authorize. This right here. What about this? That then? Hey, it started it. Mm. Util.promisify. The original argument must be of type function, and I received a type undefined. util.callbackify. Return await live chat ID. Is that what the problem is? I'm just like throwing shit at the wall. I feel like it feels so close. .then doesn't exist probably. Oh. Yep. And if I get rid of that, ah. Okay. Guys, I'm gonna figure it out today. I've been sitting here now for 2 hours trying to figure this out, haven't we? Maybe I just need to find some people that are like, click me equals async value, begin to wait till the message gets here, await get message if the value is not null, do this stuff. Is it because this? No, this is an async function, so it should return a proper promise. Okay, thought. Getting rid of the callback. Getting rid of the callback. I don't think that we need it. So like I'm having severe ADHD where I'll get through start doing a particular way of doing it and then think, well, what if I research this? And now I've completely forgotten what I was talking about. What I was thinking about doing. Okay. Google API off. Live broadcasts. Google API live broadcasts. No. Found it earlier. Where was it? Is this that same one? Yeah, it is. Come on, I know it's inside here somewhere. YouTube API JavaScript OAuth. Here it is. Okay, so that's what I'm using, right? Google APIs. I feel like my brain is fried. Authorize. Get new token. Return OAuth to client. Doing it. The callback is the problem. It's the freaking problem. Like, I gotta get over it. Like, and do it and figure it out somehow. Over here. Auth. Okay. Dot. Then. Okay. So const bar equals. Find active chat. Ooh. Promise rejection warning. No access. Refresh token or API key is set. Here it is. It's got it. This causes the error. Yeah. Well, we don't necessarily need to read that out of file. Okay. Throwing inside of an async function without a catch block. All right. Try. Right. Something like that. Error. No access. Refresh token or API key is set. Really? Why is that? Why does it work? that help? It's an OAuth 2 client. Okay. I think so. It should show up over there. Take pictures of it with your phone. Well, that if that didn't work, it doesn't work. It's a freaking HP printer. I hate Don't never buy HP printers. I can't even remember when. I was trying to print out. The callback was find active chat. Console.log off. I see. I see. So this one should have an access token or credentials. Credentials. It doesn't.
Mom, what is that mission scan?
At one point, I had that working where it was the thing, and I only needed to make that one change, and now I don't know why. Scanning it again is probably just going to give you the same error. Oh my gosh, guys. This is going to be the longest, most boring, retarded stream ever. Okay. Authorize this. Return this. Dot then. I was using dot then, wasn't I? But it's going to say there is no dot then, right? So then I have to go in and I have to say async function authorize. Oh my gosh. Did it work? So try only doing one at a time or something? That's going to take forever. I think that I had it printing out a token before. And Jonathan, I hope everyone's doing well. Thank you. Yeah. Staying inside. I don't know what I've done, but I'm just like I'm not sleeping enough or something. But like my brain is fried, and I'm having a really hard time with this JavaScript thing. And I feel like I understand the stuff that I need to know to do it, but for some reason I can't get it to work. I think about just about everyone is not feeling themselves. Yeah. All right. So what is happening? Let's review. Come into here to this constructor. It runs this authorize function. It's not waiting for that authorize function to finish. So we need to get this to wait.
What the heck? Why is he on the ground?
Hold on. Okay, this seems like maybe better. Your function should accept a callback parameter that will be invoked when the computation is complete. The caller should not wait for the value to be returned in the normal sense, but rather send the routine that will handle the resulting value. Off, comma, callback. No, not that one. Off, callback. Oh no, the baby is unhappy. Callback. Find active chat. Init. Now wait a second. So I'm doing like a triple. Scary, don't have a good immune system, but fortunately not very bad. Hasn't been fundamentally trouble keeping lots of anxiety, even chest pain. Oh man, like so like on Wednesday, right? We were talking for so long. We were talking for so long, right? And when you talk for a really long time and your throat gets dry and everything, it makes your throat hurt. So like afterwards, I was like, "Am I good and sick?" My throat kind of hurts. Isn't that the first stages of coronavirus? Everything is now. It's like, do I have coronavirus? Baby, he sounds a little congested. Does he have coronavirus? It's ridiculous, right? Jonathan, yeah, it really plays mind games with you. I'm sure that everybody's going through that right now. The whole thing is just ridiculous. Like, I mean, I don't know what the answer is, but I can tell you this much. Next time something like this happens, government's not going to react the same way. I promise you that much. Oh, man. Okay. So here I'm doing find active chat. And then I'm doing the callback with this. So the callback here should be. Oh my gosh, I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around it, but I know what I need to do. How do you do a callback with multiple? Okay, so find active chat has 2 parameters. So what do? I go authorize this, and the callback. And then, so we did authorize this, find active chat. So then I go to authorize, and it does this, and this. And the callback. And then at the end, it does the callback with the OAuth client as the thing. Here it is right here. So find active chat is the name of the method. Okay, let's see here. JavaScript callback 3 levels. Okay, compute. Callbacks help you make your code more maintainable if you use them well. They will also help you to keep your code dry. Implement better abstraction. Okay. Andre, hi, what are you coding? Please use VS Code Editor. You're killing my eyes. So I'm using JavaScript. I'm just using Notepad++. I'm trying to figure out. I've almost fixed my robot, but I'm having an issue with understanding callbacks in JavaScript is the problem. So here's handling errors. Callback hell, problems and solutions. convert your anonymous callbacks into named functions. Use promises in async slash wait. Function. Okay, so you know some JavaScript. All right, so here's where it goes. Okay, here's our class, and the first thing that we need to do is we need to get the ID of the chat. Okay, so I have this function authorize. So I do authorize, and I can pass a callback into it, the function that it's going to call after that. So we do authorize, and then find live chat. Okay, so authorize comes here and gets us a new token, and then when the token is done, it will hit our callback. Okay, and then the callback will be find active chat, and it gets our live chat ID. Or maybe I just need to do my class.init or something like that. I don't know. Callback live chat ID. Callback. So I need to pass like 2 callbacks in here, right? I need to do callback 1 and callback 2. That's what I'm really going to do. I don't know if this is going to work or if this is like even smart. Oh, my camera is hiding the code. Thank you. We'll put it over here like this. Okay. So before I do that, can't you use promises? Well, I probably could, but I'm not quite sure where I'm supposed to be using it. So like, hold on. Yeah, get rid of that and get rid of the init. Okay, so here's what I got right now. Let me move this over here too so that you can see this. Okay. Nope, I didn't. I missed a line 95. Oh. Okay. 95, line 95. Oh, yeah. Okay, so what happens is we come in here, we call this authorize function. It comes up here and it does the auth, and then it does the find live chat. And then, oh, you know what? And then it's getting there, but it's trying to print things out before this callback has been called. So, yeah, you promises is like the place, the thing to do, I think, but I don't know where their promises are supposed to be. Are you saying use a promise in this authorize and this find active chat method? And if so, is it the promise needs to be around, I don't know, around this? So that was another issue, was that then if I tried to just say it so that there wasn't a callback, then I didn't get the synchronous behavior that I needed over here, because I got like 2 things that need to happen. All right, right? So now I'm thinking, well, maybe I should just add a 3rd level of callback. What do you need returned? So I need to set in this constructor I need to set this right here. This, well, it's going to be called chat ID. This dot chat ID. Okay, that's what I need. That's what I need. That's the thing. So if that's set, so that when I come down in here, when I run this method later on, then it does the things, right? So the callback has to be a closure. Okay, what does that mean? JavaScript callback closure. Callback and closures. Callbacks. Functions, like any object, you can pass them as a parameter. Therefore, we can pass a function. Callback functions. Passing in a function as a parameter of another function is different from calling a function. When we call a function, we add parentheses to the end of the function. Functions that are called are ran immediately. When functions are passed in an argument, they aren't called immediately. They are called when the function that you pass the callback function into calls it. Element, click, handle click. Handle click isn't called immediately. It is called when a click event is triggered by the user. Okay, yes. So understand all of that. Closure. A closure is a local variable or function that is used by another function, and the references to the function return to the function. Okay, that doesn't make sense. Function that's used by another function, and the references to the function is returned to the function. That is, we return a function in an outer function that references to the local variables of the outer function. If this is possible, if we have functions nested in another function and returned as a reference. In the inner function, we can use the variables of the outer function because of the scoping of local variables. Inner functions can access the variables of outer functions. When we return the inner function in the outer function, the references to the local variables of the outer function are still referenced in the inner function. So the console log, use it inside the callback. That makes sense. So wait, are you saying that if I come in here and I say, well, I mean, if I console.log within there, it logs it out, correct? But how do I set my class this dot chat ID? Are we saying that we can set chat ID from inside of here? Like that? Like, is that even, like, does that even make sense? Compiles. That's interesting. That is not what we expected at all. Andre's saying no. Constant hello, name, greeting, blah. We can write the following code to return a function. Could you share the code? Yeah. I mean, what would be the best way to do it? Let's try this. We'll do a how do we do paste bin, right? The number one paste bin tool since whenever. JavaScript. 3C3FS8. Okay. So here is the code. So coming back to this. Hello. Greet. return greet. Constant hello Jane equals hello Jane. Hello Jane, parentheses, parentheses. Hello Jane is a function that is returned by hello. Note that we still reference the greeting variable in the hello Jane function. We get an alert box that says hello Jane in it. The local variable greeting is still accessible. Okay. So closure is a local variable or function that's used by another function, and the references to the function is returned to the function. So we're saying that in a function, we're going to create another function, and then we're going to return that function back, right? So are we saying that we create that function? Could you tell me the goal of the emitter? Okay. You want like the long example. Okay. So what is going to happen is this listen method is where the key thing happens. I have a bunch of stuff in here. I know that this code works, even though I don't know if that limiter is necessarily needed or whatever. But the gist of it is that at a set interval, it is going to call get chat. Get chat pulls all of the new messages, right? Pulls all of the new messages and sends them to the bot. And then those new messages are read out through text to speech. Okay. So the point of the emitter, the main thing here is we create the YouTube, and then every time that there's a new message, then we do all this crazy stuff to read the text to speech out. Okay. So the point of the emitter is to emit a new message every time that a new one is through the YouTube chat has appeared. Yeah? Did that make sense? So to do that, we have to use OAuth because we were getting it before by doing YouTube search. There's another way to get the chat ID, but you have to use an OAuth to do it. So this is the OAuth. Gets a token. This all seems to work correctly. And then and the store token bit too, because it like stores it to a file if you've already authorized. Okay. And then find active chat. This is the part where it takes that off the OAuth object and it does this live broadcasts.list query. And then that will return to me the chat ID. So this live chat ID right here, that's what I want. And I need to get that into my class before listen is called. Right? So I call this But if I say this dot chat ID equals authorize, then it will try and set this variable before this callback has been called, and so you don't get anything. You didn't get anything back out of this authorize, essentially. Right. So this is most definitely the spot that's broken, that I'm not using it correctly, right? This authorize, we have to wait for the callback function find active chat to finish and return. Like a return alive chat ID, right? We need this to finish, and it doesn't. Doesn't wait. It just does this part, and then it doesn't wait for the callback. So that's why I was thinking, well, what if I put a callback in the callback so that, yeah, you shouldn't use asynchronous code in the constructor. Right. So then I was trying to do like something like init, I had like an init function, and I was doing that in the init, but there's still the other problem, right? Now I know what to look for. Let me see if I can help. Okay. So let's change things back up to use an init function, just because we're not supposed to do asynchronous code in the constructor anyways. Okay. So we'll have an init, and over here, before we do this, we'll do yt.init. Okay. Save. So now it's going to start. Okay. Now, I'm not printing out anything that's helpful for debugging. So, console.log this.chat ID. I don't always need the semicolon, do I? But undefined. Okay. So that's the issue right there, right? Is I need this chat ID to be set. And then there's another thing is I need to do right here is not emit ready. Okay. So I need these three things to run synchronously, essentially. Like in serial. This needs to happen. This variable needs to be set, and then we run this. Okay, so in the find active chat, okay, can you return the live ID? Yeah, well, I think that's what I'm doing right now, right? There, can I make it bigger? Make it bigger, that'll probably help you. And we don't need, I think that we can move these. We can get rid of these. No. Okay. Now it's really big. Does that help? So let me redo it. Let me repaste it in it. I can just click right here. Okay. Okay. So there's that version. And, oh, do I save it? there's that version. Okay. See, like, I think this returning the live chat ID, that's what we want, right? I don't know how to make it so that in here, does the find active chat function work? Yes, it does. So if I just right here, if I do console.log live chat ID, save it and run. Down in here, there's the key. The chat, the key of the chat, essentially, right? So it gets that. It just doesn't return it back into this init before this console.log happens. So it's like, how do I get it to wait for callback to finish? So I was reading this. Like almost everything else. Make the init function async. Okay. Async init. Then call the find active chat before the authorize. Okay, so that's where it's starting to get. Okay, so authorize is what calls find active chat. I'm putting find active chat as a callback into authorize. Mostly because the example code that I started with, that's how they did it. And everything else that I've tried to figure out to change those functions, like, doesn't work. Now he's understanding, I think. He says, okay, yeah. I really appreciate it, man. Because I've been having trouble. Part of it is because I just don't really completely understand asynchronous stuff with JavaScript yet. And then part of it is I think my brain is just like done for the week. But like I insist on fixing it today. Like we got this going, and I don't want to come back on Monday and still be trying to fix it, you know? Ugh. So how do I get? Yeah, I don't know. Is closure still the right thing? Hmm. Or is this where we need to say? Um, make a new function in here that does the find active chat and then logs it out. You know. Well, that's where I started to be like, okay, I could make it like a 3-level callback. I could make like find active chat and pass the callback function into that. And then at the end of this, it would. Does a win stand day trade? Well, she was going to start, but I don't think she has started yet. Tapioca is used, I think, in those bubble teas. Tapioca is the root of the cassavana plant, king of lycopoi. Yeah, that was. I think she meant to put that in a different channel. And anyways, Kaka, I was waiting until March because I was worried we'd be in a recession by April. So if I was wrong, I was planning on beginning to trade. No, you wanted to start. You wanted to start when we were falling down, and then lose it all like me. I don't know. Yeah. Well, gone short and stayed short. That's probably what we needed to do. But what if you want to use that data in order to make another request? You can only handle the result of the request within the callback function provided. In this example, the variable result will not have a value when printed to the console at the last line. Request let result function if error handle error else result equals body. The last line will output undefined to the console because at the time that line is being executed, the callback has not been called, even if the request were somehow to complete before the variable result. That is exactly what is fucking happening. Even if the request were somehow to complete before the result variable is printed to the console, this code will still run to completion before the callback is executed anyways, because that is the nature of the non-blocking I/O model in JavaScript. So if we want to do a second request based on the result of the first one, we have to do it inside the callback function of the first request, because that is where the result will be available. Okay. Andrew says try this. If you're trying to post a URL, you have to put like spaces around the periods. Or like if it was like if you were gonna give me a paste like a paste bin, just give me the little identifier bit. Okay, in the init. Well, I'm waiting for that. I had an idea. Is that allowed? No, we can get rid of that. No, you cannot do that. Okay. It was worth trying. Wait, save. How come it's not? There we go. This dot init is not a function. It is not a method of your class. You're right. Okay, so what do we want to do in the init? Check the bin. Oh, I don't see it. Did you paste a paste bin URL? It probably censored it. Give me just the little, you see the little part after the slash? Give me just the little part after the slash. Yeah. It probably censored your URL. Give me just the little identifier. If that makes sense. You hear me? Because it doesn't like like if you do a .com anywhere in there, it'll censor it. Like you will see it, but nobody else will. You did? You pasted just this part? Uh, didn't it? Oh, there you go. NG. That's what we need. Okay. Control V. This. Okay. Authorize. This. Async. Off client. Oh, wow. Okay. Constant chat. Oh. That makes perfect sense to me. I don't know if it'll actually work, but that makes perfect sense. So we're instead of just giving it the find active chat thing, we're giving it an asynchronous function that uses the active chat and then sets that. Save. Oh, you know what? We got to do this. Return live chat ID. Yeah, we gotta fix some stuff that we broke well. Oh, this is still gonna say undefined. Move the console.log inside of here into the closure, and then it'll and the emit probably. Although we don't want the emit to be. We want that to be. Oh, that did it. Okay, so wait, so we don't need that. Get rid of that. And then over in app, am I still doing init? Yeah, I am. Okay. So now running on port, YouTube ready. Now it should start running the thing. Aha. Oh my gosh. No, that totally worked. What is this? I'm just gonna control C it. Control C. Unhandled promise. Daily limit for unauthenticated use exceeded. Continued use requires sign up. At Gaxios. Yeah, no, that's. Unhandled promise rejections. Yeah, no. I know what that is. So now what is happening is I'm using get chat and it also needs that off. Wait, fine. So it's this same thing. So here's another issue that I have that really annoys me is you get this OAuth client thing. Like I would like to save it to pass it into future other requests, right? But it's not there. So, but we can do that. We can do this. We can say this dot auth equals OAuth 2 client, right? And then when we come over to here, this get chat doesn't have to do that. We can say this dot auth. And down in here, get chat, we don't pass anything in. Okay. Oh, I didn't like that. 135. Oh. Async get chat. So in this one, find active chat auth, list auth, comma, 135. Unexpected token. Const auth equals this dot auth. Is that funky hack that will prove what's the problem is? Yeah, maybe it compiled. Okay, so it says ready. Oh. Control C. Okay. Unhandled promise reading warning. Cannot read property. Display name of undefined. Response. Oh, Andrew says just do this auth equals this dot auth. Yeah, it worked. That's funny. That we got it. But I think it did it. No. It did it. It's just 72 app 72. Now I gotta go back. I gotta find github.com/ yeah, here. No, that's not it. Yeah, no, it's YouTube Live API. It's a different error. Oh, no. YouTube Live API node. Node YouTube live chat. That's what it was. This one. So this was kind of where I got some of the code from. Repository index. Okay. So here is listen. No, I had it. Oh no, wait, did I close it? Oh no, I closed it. Oh, I closed it. Okay. We'll do it this way. Yes. Okay. Live chat ID. Da 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 da. Where are you trying to access display name? Well, yeah. So the first thing is I want to see what's coming back. Actually, should I just? I should. I should just do it right here. Console.log response, and we'll see what it's. I think that it's not returning the display name anymore. Okay. Da 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 da. Okay. Function headers. Yeah. And I'm getting this snippet. Headers. Oh, you know what? I don't think that we want to get this snippet. Supported values are ID, snippet, and author details. I think that I need that. I think I need author details. Part snippet, comma, author details. Let's try that. Because it was the, what was it? So there's that. Headers. Cannot read display name of it, undefined. And over here, it's on this receive message, snippet, author details. That's exactly it. So when I restart it, that should fix that. Okay, so now it should print out like this big, huge jumble of nonsense. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Okay, wait. We don't need this. We don't need this anymore.
Andre Santos says, dude, I have some Seth Ninja script points to use now, face with tongue.
Hey, listen, and you and I mean, it really goes for anybody, but I am more than happy to help with Ninja script stuff. And the best way to get in contact with me on it is to just send me a private message on Discord, because I really like programming the Ninja script stuff. And every time that somebody asks me a question or asks me for help with something, I learned something. Oh, whether it's that I learned something unique about NinjaScript or I learn something about the market. So it's, yeah, I'm totally down for any of that. So this is cool because now that I have the auth, we can make it send messages. Should we, what time is it? 5:30? Let's try. Glad to help. Yeah. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. That was totally what I was trying to do. Like I knew that the solution was there somewhere, but I just couldn't wrap my head around the exact, and I think there probably was a couple of different ways that you could have done that, but passing it that way was totally what we needed. Oh, I don't think I ever would have figured that out on my own. JavaScript is nasty. It really is. I don't get why it is the way it is. Because here's the thing that I find so weird about JavaScript is I always thought, okay, so they created JavaScript and then people found it was useful, and so they kept using it. And then it was oh, it's not a very good language, but it's so useful, we're going to keep doing it. But then I found out that, oh, no. They make new versions of JavaScript all the time, and they've completely redesigned the whole thing. Like the whole language, essentially, many times. Yeah, it's wait, let me have it. Let me do have it read it.
Andre Santos says it's the async nature of it. Andre Santos says it take a while to wrap your head around it.
Yeah, well, there's that too. But in Golang, for instance, I feel like Golang's structures handle it way better. But I guess they have a completely different kind of structure too, so I really need to learn more about it. But I understood that. I think I understood that. Let's see here. Where did it go back to? New token. No. It's down here. Authorize. And we pass a callback into it, but we put everything that we want in that callback instead of just calling back that one function that we want. Oh, and you do use await, find active chat on that part. That's cool. So how come when I was just doing it, well, I guess because it wasn't setting the chat ID up here, it was setting it down here. So this part, because I had this part figured out. This was not originally asynchronous. Well, actually, maybe it was. But I was saying oh, don't you need to await the find active chat part? You do. You do have to await it. But then when you use it, you have to have that be as part of the callback.
Andre Santos says push the code a little to the right.
Yeah, let me rephrase that. So I had up here many times I had constant chat ID equals await find active chat. So I understood that we needed to await the result of this function, but it doesn't help if you wait for the thing of that function and then you don't use it, because the callback is in here. Once you've done the callback, the stuff that happens after that in here, it's not synchronous. It's not going to be synchronous at all. So if you want to do something with that ID, it has to be part of the callback too. That was the revelation. And I'm so lazy. I don't want to have to write a little arrow thing and all that. So I was avoiding trying to do that. But that was the way that we had to do it. So that's cool. Well, now, yeah, that's why you need the closure. So this whole thing right here
Andre
is
Santos
what we call
says,
the closure.
Yeah, that's why you need the closure.
Is that what we call the closure? Well, that's so useful. And the cool thing is that now that I have, it also gives me this off thing, which was another thing that I couldn't figure out. But I knew it was going to be a problem, so I'm glad that we fixed it so easily. Oh my gosh, I'm so bright because the sun is coming over the drapes. I should just close that. Hold on.
Andre Santos says, yeah, it's just an anonymous function.
Yeah, it's just an anonymous function. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Oh, see, now it looked great. Yeah, so now that I have the auth in there, I can do this other. Did I make it, in fact? Listen, clear interval. No, I didn't make it, but I have it. I have it somewhere. Because since I'm using OAuth, the robot could say things for me. So if you could say commands, and it would tell you the accents that you can use. So, I can mess with that later. I think. Yeah. I'm so tired. So thank you, Andre. We fix it. Now we just got to figure out why YouTube shadow banned me and how to get unshadow banned, right? There's got to be a way to that's the thing that's so annoying about it. The shadow ban thing. Cool, just like a help
Andre
command.
Santos says
Exactly.
cool, like a help command.
I want to make it so that you can change your own accent.
Andre Santos says with the instruction. Andre Santos says, yeah, no problem.
I want to make it so that you can do. So right now we do pound accent, and then it will read out that one message in an accent. But I want to change it so that you can do pound set accent, and then all of the messages that you put in after that will be read with the accent that you choose, so that everybody can pick their own voice. Huh? That would be awesome. And then I could also have it do things like on a regular interval, give a disclaimer or something like that. Anyways, but no, on the shadow banning thing. So I'm definitely shadow banned. I'll show you this because you weren't here earlier. So if you come to YouTube and you search for my name.
Andre Santos says cool. Yeah, it would.
Okay, so you can still see me, right? Older videos we can see. We can see the big stream on the 18th, and we can see yesterday's stream, but not either of today's streams, okay? If I just search for today, neither of them show up. And if I just search for live ones, because we're live right now, it doesn't show up. So we have been shadow banned from new videos showing up in YouTube search. And that was what broke the bot.
Andre Santos says, yeah, you didn't show on my home today.
Right? Yeah. You would have and you have to manually come to my page, essentially. So, I'm shadow banned. But the thing is YouTube didn't send me anything saying that, right? That's why it's shadow ban. That's why I'm calling it a shadow ban, is because they're hiding me from search results, but they didn't tell me. So the only reason that I knew was because the previous version of the robot, instead
Andre
of using
Santos says, yeah, it sucks.
It sucks. I'm using live broadcasts right now to get it, and
Andre
live broadcasts.
Santos says, I bet it was the
It
virus.
was the virus. I think that what happens is because I had it was either because it was a popular video or because the video was about the earthquake and that's considered a current event, that the algorithm flags it. And then because of the virus, they don't have their regular guys, reviewing those things and saying, oh, no, that was wrong. This video was totally fine, or this video is not. And so I got shadow banned by the algorithm. So now the question is it going to stand? How long does it take for the humans to come and review it? And I'm sitting over here like, well, the whole reason that we started streaming on YouTube primarily was because of the discoverability. If there's no discoverability, there's no reason to be on YouTube anymore. Maybe I should go back to Twitch or something. Like, I don't know. But then there's idiots on Twitch. I don't know. So I have mixed feelings about it. But we fixed the bot. That really screwed me up because it's really hard to watch the chat. If I was, a regular streamer and I could just have it in front of me all the time like that, then it would be fine. But when I'm trading and I'm keeping my eyes focused in this, I can't be looking over there all the time, right? So having it read out is really helpful. And it's this system makes it scalable too, right? Like I could make it so that so this is my interface that I get. It will read them. So we could set up an interface where moderators could do that for me, right? Could set people as moderators, and then they would be able to go into that interface. And if there's a message that they think is worth reading, then they can click those, and then they could filter through everything.
Andre Santos says what I'm noticing right off the bat is that it seems to take longer to read.
That might be true, but so like if let's do that again, right?
Andre Santos says, yeah, it sucks.
So it reads it right off, but what happens is this is another thing that's really annoying, is that YouTube only gives you so many requests a day. And so, yeah, it's okay.
Andre Santos says, but it's okay.
Yeah, so they only give you so many requests per day. So in order to make it through the 2 hours a day, I have to limit it like big time, right? So I have an interval here. Maximum concurrent 1, minimum time is where's the delay? Listen, delay. Oh, I set that over here. Delay 7 seconds. So max, if depending on when you say it, it could be delayed a whole 7 seconds. Right? But I can show you here. Dashboard. Requests. Here we are. So here's all the requests I make. What's showing it today? Normally we get to there. Then these days were where we max out. But
Andre Santos says that's reasonable, no big deal.
Yeah. Sometimes it reads things out of order too. I'm not quite sure how to fix that. I think it's because well, we can look into that right now actually. When we get a new message. Oh no, right here. Listen, delay on time equals new date snippet published at get time. If last read is less than time, last read equals time. Oh, so there's this case where you won't do that. Will it? Emitted whenever a new message is received. Yes. if last read is less than time. So last read, where do I do that? Oh, right here. Okay. So it only emits it if it's more recent. That's not the way that I want to do it. There's got to be a way for when they come in out of order for it to put them back in order. But I think that would mean readjusting the queue or something like that. I don't exactly know how to do that. I read them out in the order that they're received and not necessarily the order that they were put in. Anyways, so that's another issue. But 7 seconds I think is reasonable, but I really wish that I could just read it every second and that they would give me more requests. But like I requested more requests and it rejected. I should try it again, but I digress. It's time for me to go eat something. It's so funny because now that I've fixed it, now it's like, okay, now my brain's going. Now I don't feel like I'm in a fog. But whatever. I should go relax, watch StarCraft or something. And maybe we'll dink around with this again on Monday. So I'll see you guys then. Thank you very much, Andre, and the 2 other people that are still watching. Win if you're still there. Have a good weekend, huh?
Andre Santos says take care.
And who else did we have? Kaka, Jonathan. Thank you guys very much. All right. Later. Stay profitable.